your writers
not to do
that
that.
she had. Would they do that?
Yes, that's what I'm thinking. People didn't know. Nobody.
No, I no because I'm saying maybe let's say that okay, Will Packer's the director. Let's say they have a couple of black cameramen there. Maybe they don't know, but maybe they woman knows, and maybe they woman follows Jada, and maybe the woman might have mentioned it to them. Let's say somebody did know, Michael. Is
Mhm.
it their duty to go to the director and say, hey, this joke might be taken in bad taste? Or do they keep their motherfucking mouth shut, do their job, and then have no idea that any of this is gonna
All right,
gonna happen?
listen. I think that joke wasn't even, mind you, there are writers that write these material, and yes, as a comedian, my job is to perfect that material that they wrote. I'm 100% sure, because Will is like that hot topic, and Jada and Will been on all over the internet the last year, so there were topics. So you cannot have them sit in front of Oscars without making some kind of comment. I personally think that joke was more of the Oscar hating on Jada. Here's the reason why. The joke had nothing to do with her hair. That's what I think. I think the joke had nothing to do with her hair. If you go back to 2016 when Jada was trying to let her boycott the Oscars, and then once again Chris Rock hosted it. Writers wrote a joke saying, "Hey, why is she boycotting the Oscars? She's not an actress. She's not working. Just like she's not invited. So who is she to boycott the Oscars, right?" So then
Yeah.
come yesterday, and what he's saying to her pretty much, the Oscars telling Jada, the only movie you could probably do by the way you look is Jane, whatever, G.I. Janie, because pretty much I'm saying, pretty much I think that whole slap in the face was more of, you're not a real actress. There's no role for you. You could probably get a role in Janie too because you have no hair. It has nothing to do with the
First of
hair.
all, and let me say this. If you're under a certain age, you don't even know what G.I. Jane is. That
Exactly.
movie came out in the 90s. It,
Right.
star, it starred Demi Moore. She had long, beautiful dark hair at that time, and she shaved it for that movie.
Right.
Chris or anybody else might think that Jada has shaved her head for fashion. She just tired of
Yeah.
bleaching it, tired of doing this, and she shaved her motherfucking head. So I truly, honestly believe that Chris did not know,
No,
because
he
I
did
don't
not know.
think that any comedian, any
Mm.
professional comedian on a national, international platform like that is going to make fun of anybody with alopecia, anybody with AIDS, anybody with cancer, anybody with ALS, or any of that. I don't think that we do that on purpose. I don't.
Okay. So, all right. So right, and that's the thing. I don't think he knew because he didn't know. That's why I'm thinking that they were thinking past the hair. Because I'm thinking that they were thinking past the hair. They were just thinking that, hey, Jada is not no real actress. She can't get no other role but G.I. Jane because that's the only way she could play. Regardless of the fact, all right? Whatever way you want to think about the joke. I'm just thinking the worst to why they could have done this. I'm thinking of the worst because, like I told you, I didn't know about hair. I went to the Laugh Factory last night. I learned about the comedians. Nobody knew. So it's nothing like I don't follow Jada. You
Well,
know?
yeah, I know. I mean, absolutely. And you guys aren't sitting around watching the red table talk and shit
Right.
like that. If any comedians knew, they were probably females, And I'm
Right.
pretty sure there weren't any up there, and if they were, you didn't ask them. But this is what I was thinking too, because and I said this earlier on my life. There's a many, many men laying in the grave right now because a woman said, "You gonna let that motherfucker talk about me like that? You ain't gonna do nothing. You're a bitch," you know.
Right. No,
And
and the thing,
when
and I've had my ex was she was not that type, but she the type that would get a nigga in a fight.
right,
She'll
right,
do
I used
things
to
to
do that to
provoke.
my husband too. Right, right, right.
Exactly.
But okay. So when the camera showed Will and Jada in the two shot
Uh-huh.
after Chris's joke, Will was laughing and Jada was rolling her eyes. Then the camera cut to Chris on a one shot. And between the time that the camera cut away and the next thing we seen was Will walking up to Chris, something was said. And Jada might have said something to Will, and he fucking just had it. He tired of having his sexuality be in question. He tired of having people say that Jada wears the pants in that family. He tired of having to deal with her entanglement and all this motherfucking shit. And he might have lost it. All I say was that he should apologize to Chris as a man, one-to-one on the phone as a man. If he didn't do it backstage, then do it publicly, which he did in a written statement. We would have liked to see his good emotional ass say it out loud. Hey, I fucked up. I lost it. You know, the bitch is driving me crazy or something like that. You know, and I just lost it.
Well,
I'm very possessive about my woman, da 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 da. But you know, this type of shit usually is over in about 48 hours. But this one ain't gonna be over that quick. Because now this is in the history book and it's gonna come up every year. Every year. I would hate to see if they put plexiglass in front of the stage, but what they probably will do is not live stream anymore. They probably gonna pre-record the show just like they did Beyonce's performance and then show it later so they can cut out and edit out.
Yeah, that was, I mean, regardless of the fact, you don't go up and hit another man, period. You don't go hit nobody. I think that was definitely, and you know, me being a non-violent type of person, which most comedians are, because don't get it wrong, every comedian was not always a comedian.
That's right.
You know, a lot of these guys got out of jail. They took comedy as a way out of their little situation. A lot of comedians.
Yeah.
You, DC Young Fly was a dope dealer. I mean, I'm gonna snitch on this nigga, and whoever else and what they all did. Now, Chris was very professional. You know.
Yeah, he didn't even grab his motherfucking face.
Right.
I thought that was, I don't know, and he kept the show going, which is what the fuck he's supposed to do. And they done sold more tickets to him and Kevin's little tour that's getting ready to come up overnight than they had sold in the last 3 months of promoting the thing.
Mm-hmm.
You know, a lot of people was like, you know, that could have been staged. I don't think that Will would take an L like this for anything fake, you know, especially on the night that he won the Oscar, and then it distracted against Will Packer's efforts, it distracted against Questlove's speech, it distracted against the fact that there was 3 women hosting, it distracted against all that shit. A deaf person, a lesbian Latina one for West Side Story, all this epic shit, and everybody's just talking about this brother hitting another brother. I don't want to see brothers fighting, shooting, killing, or doing anything to each other. But this was a very unfortunate situation. And
do you agree? Do you agree that Will Smith knew that he was going to win this award? You agree? I think we all knew, right?
I think that he was very hopeful and pretty sure.
Okay.
You know, you never know what white folks gonna do at the last minute. So even though he thought he might win,
let me tell you something.
There's always a chance that you don't.
Let me tell you, they hired Will Packer. I'm not sure when the hiring happened, but trust me, when they got Will Packer involved and this person involved, it was all meant for Will Smith. It was all meant for Will. I'm 99.9%.
Okay, and so he won, but he fucked up his win even. But do you ever think about this? Does anybody ever think about this? Sanaya and the other young lady who played Venus and Serena were sitting right there watching him. He done been a mentor to these girls for months. They've been shooting this movie for almost 2 years, you know, and he's been like the kindest, most caring, wonderful actor that they have worked with to date. And there's other families that were sitting around watching this, hoping that he would win. There's kids that's taking tennis in Compton right now that was watching this, hoping that he would win. So all the adult shit aside, what the fuck does this say to the fucking kids?
So true.
That's terrible.
My thing is, I don't think I know he just put out an apology. I don't think his apology is sincere. And the reason why I said that, because if you really meant to apologize to that guy, he would have did it when he got his award. He apologized to everybody but him. So he wake up today and his press or whoever, his PR is like, hey, you got to do something. And then he put on an apology. It's still not, I don't.
Well, he must have been on ecstasy or something, because I wouldn't have went to the party neither. I would have been so motherfucking shamed that I would have took my ass home. And I would have grabbed Jada by whatever little stubble she had on her head and drug her ass home too. And we're going to the motherfucking house. But it was turning up at the goddamn Vanity Fair party. You know, I mean, he had to celebrate his win, but it was just, and I hate that for Will. But I hate that. I just bought his book last week, you know, about to download the audio thing. But he got some, you know, there's a lot of shit going on in that house that could have made him snap. He just snapped at the wrong time. Everybody's got a snapping point, you know. You fuck with my kid, or you fuck with my, you know, my mama or something like that, and all bets are off, and I get that. But goddamn.
But I don't think at that particular moment with that particular joke, it was that serious. Correct?
Well, you know, I'm telling you, she must have got in his ear and said, listen.
That fast?
What else would have made him? He was laughing 1 minute and hitting somebody the next moment. Well, she might have said, get your bitch ass up.
To me, the laugh was fake.
Yeah, because there's that nervous laugh. Sometimes you got that nervous laugh, right? That you laugh while you're processing what's going on.
But here's the thing.
You have to be pretty ballsy. You have to think you're little mama or something to hop up on the goddamn stage at the Oscars.
Exactly. Here's the thing, though. I've been to a lot of award shows, and I've seen a lot of award shows where even the ESPYs, where they would make fun of somebody. The camera would show the camera would show his face. He ain't laughing. That makes the crowd laugh. That he's not laughing. That he didn't find it to be funny. And I thought, I'm like, okay, Jada, you didn't like this joke. We saw your expression.
If he'd have never got up, we wouldn't even be talking about this right now. We'd be talking if he didn't just never got the fuck up. Because it was for those who knew and understood it and didn't know anything about her condition, it was an amusing joke. But you have to be a certain age to even get it.
Get the joke, yeah.
And then you have to be oblivious to the fact that she got alopecia.
What do you think should happen now? I mean, you think, I commend Chris Rock for not pressing charges, because that's what I would have did. I would have pressed charges, and I would have sued for the embarrassment that he did to him. I mean, that's a lifetime of embarrassment. It's a lifetime of meme. It's bullying. It's all of the above.
Yeah, but Chris didn't cry like a little bitch or fall down or nothing. He took that motherfucking punch.
Yes, he did.
He didn't even grab his face.
Well, he had to be a man. He can't show that his kids was watching. His kid, you might embarrassing that if your kid to watch you get punched.
Well, Will Smith's kids was watching too. They had to turn their phone off today too. Yo, Willow, your dad was wilding last night. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but whose kid looked more better in this situation? I mean, Will Smith boys like, hey, my dad knocked him out. Compared to Chris Rock, like, damn, your dad got knocked the hell out. I'm saying that's a $100 million lawsuit. I would have owned everything Will Smith. I would have owned everything Will Smith got. And mind you, Chris just came out of a divorce. I know he lost $50 million. I would have got that shit back from Will Smith.
Well, it's very unfortunate. Now, here's the thing. Can you separate the artist from his acts? Does Will get to keep the statue or not? And if Will gets to be separated, his art from his act, then are they going to separate Bill Cosby from his act and his talent from his act? They're going to separate R. Kelly and still play his music and fuck what he did. So you know you got to treat everybody the same in that case. They drugged Bill Cosby. He deserved it. They drugged R. Kelly. He's gonna be in jail probably for the rest of this lifetime. And I'm not saying
even Reggie Bush, when they took his Heisman Trophy back. Remember?
So I know that Will is the golden boy and they love him all in Hollywood and all this stuff. But if he doesn't have any repercussions behind this except for social media dragging, then that's playing favorites, you know?
Yeah, I'm 100% sure they got to do something about it. You know, I'm not sure what it is, maybe a lifetime ban, but he don't care about it because he finally got what he wanted. you know.
And
And I
see,
think the best.
somebody just said, yes, separate the man from his act. Well, okay, so are you still playing R. Kelly music? Because I never bought the shit in the first place. I'm not an R. Kelly fan. Yeah, I'll sing the song if it come on the radio, or I'll sing it at the wedding reception. I believe I can fly and all that shit. But I don't go out and support R. Kelly, but that's because I never did. But from what he did, no, I would not support his talent anymore. From what Bill Cosby did, I'm a comedian. I love Bill Cosby as a comedian. You can't erase that shit from my mind. But do I think he should go on comedy tour? Hell no, he needs to sit his ass down somewhere and be still. You have to be able to. They have not separated the man from the act before. So if they do that to Will, they'll be playing favoritism. Is all I'm saying. I don't want him to lose the goddamn Oscar, but somebody got to do something.
Yeah, somebody got to do something. He can't just get away with that.
You can't just get away with a bitch slapping somebody.
Yeah.
That's not even national television. That's
Worldwide.
international television.
Yes. Worldwide.
So that's why the people in the Ukraine treat black folks so bad, because they treating us the way that they done seen other people treat us.
So do you think, question, if let's say it wasn't Chris Rock, let's say it was a white comedian that did that joke, right? And Will Smith went and slapped him, what do you thought would happen? You thought it would have been the same reaction?
Well, I think that it would have been not only inappropriate, but you would have had to throw in the race card on that one too. You know, that's a two-factor type thing. And you know, a black man hitting a white man at the Oscars, he probably would be down at Twin Towers Correctional Facility for Men this morning. You know what I'm saying? They really don't like that.
Well, the white guy would have pressed charges. I know that. I know it. I'm black or white. Somebody came and punched me, or especially a rich nigga. Oh, I'm calling the cops. You're gonna pay for this. You're not getting away with this. You know.
Right. I mean, that's right now. That's right now. It's a sticky situation, and like I said, it's not just Will and Jada involved. They got children. They got, you know, I think they got a grandbaby or something like that. You got Gammy at home, and then I don't want to see him on the punk ass motherfucking Red Table Talk. That's what started all this shit in the first goddamn place. Oprah better get up out that bed and go on and make that interview happen, because they're probably the only person that he feel like talking to, but do not get on that Red Table Talk, child.
Well, I went to his page and like 300,000 comments, and 90% of it was all like, you know, call him a coward. So he was a coward. He's this. They shitting on him hard. His own fans are turning their back on him. It
don't take but a second to undo your whole motherfucking career, and the fans change like the wind blow. You know, there's some really loyal fans. I have loyal ones. You have loyal ones, but we would have to do something ratchet like touch a child to make everybody just go against us. You know, something like that.